Another year, another shonen anime that seems to have gotten popular. Shonen anime have been receiving a lot of love lately, which also explains why there are so many shonen anime being made to begin with. However, not all of them are even close to being good. The more long running the anime is, the more careful you have to be with each episode. This is because you can easily lose the attention of the fans with such a long running show. What's up everyone, welcome back to my channel. Make sure to like and subscribe, and let's get into the video real quick. Now, Black Clover is among some of the top shonen anime of 2022 and has a massive fan base for a good reason. The best thing about the show is that it keeps getting slowly better with every episode released. And when I say slowly, I mean slowly. There are a lot of fillers in the beginning, and the first few episodes is just Asta screaming half the time, which to be honest at first was not the worst thing to be happening, but it became such a common thing every fucking episode that it started to slowly get annoying to me. But I kept on progressing with the show, and as you progress, you're bound to get hooked. So the question stands, is it truly worth the hype, and should you watch it? Does it execute all the right steps for an anime, all the right plot points of a shonen anime to be exact? I'll try to answer some of those questions in this video for you guys. First and foremost, let's take a look at the plot of the anime. Black Clover takes place in a fantasy world with a medieval setting, and its main focus is magic. In the universe of Black Clover, magic is so important that people are ranked according to it as well. Almost everyone is born with magic, and those with strong magic are highly valued. Something that's not all too foreign with anime, we see that quite regularly. And so similarly, those with little to no magic are considered peasants. So how does the show exhibit such a critical and complex plot line? They kind of don't. It's kind of just a chill anime to watch. They don't get too like philosophical and shit. But it does somewhat focus on the critical issues like the power rankings in the anime and how badly poor people are treated. Our main character Asta is a determined kid who is an orphan and was raised at a church. Asta faces poor treatment due to his lack of magical abilities, whereas his childhood friend or brother, Yuno, is praised for his strong abilities. And just not being as annoying as Asta with all the screaming is also probably a bonus for them. Although the two are orphans and were brought up in the same church, both Asta and Yuno are treated very differently. However, this isn't the end of Asta's story, as he receives a unique grimoire, which everyone is awarded, or not awarded, but fucking granted once they get to a certain age, which is what they use to cast spells. And it allows him to wield some shit called anti-magic powers, which at first I don't know what the fuck that meant. I don't know how you can be magic or anti-magic. Wouldn't fucking anti-magic just be a normal person? But they explain that later on. And so with this new ability that's very rare and everybody thought it wasn't worth shit, he follows his dreams of becoming the next magic emperor, which is like the fucking Hokage of Black Clover. And so him and his brother both work hard to join the Magic Knights, which is basically like trying to become ninjas, similar to Naruto. There's a lot of similarities, and we get to witness every single moment of their growth. Now I want to move over to the characters. Now when it comes to characters in shonen anime, the biggest mistake that can sometimes be made is with such a massive cast and such a long running anime, they tend to only focus on 2 or 3 characters, and it's hard to kind of give each one their own desired screen time so you can get to know the whole crew well and get a bigger picture of the story. But Black Clover does it decently right by introducing just the right amount of characters and providing them with good enough screen time and character development as well. For instance, the way Asta's character slowly grows throughout the anime and the struggles he faces make his personality all the more endearing and admirable. Despite the bullying he goes through for not having any magic, Asta never gives up and continues to get stronger no matter what. That's his, the trope. What's more, Black Clover does an incredible job in displaying multiple sides to Asta, showcasing his calm and mature side as well. Most importantly, Asta doesn't get random power-ups, but actually receives them through working out and doing 100 push-ups, kind of like Rock Lee style, 1,000 sit-ups. He's just very physically going hard at it since he can do it magic-wise. And it's pretty satisfying to watch. I always liked Rock Lee's storyline in Naruto of how he was always the underdog, and even without having chakra, he was able to become the best physical fighters. And so Asta's very similar in that aspect. Now Yuno, his brother, let's talk about Yuno, the second main character of the series, who is also an orphan like Asta and was raised with him in the church like I mentioned before. He was blessed with strong magic since birth, and he's a very calm and collected character. Despite being much more powerful than Asta, Yuno still respects him and considers him his rival, the usual anime plot point. The two do have completely polar personalities, of course, but have the same morals and same goals. Yuno wishes to become the next Magic King, like Asta, and although Yuno has a major advantage over Asta in terms of luck, magic, and height, he still works hard for what he wants and has struggles of his own. Now I want to talk a little bit about the Black Bulls, the group Asta is chosen for during their version of the Chunin exams, and some of the side characters within his group. apart from, you know, himself. Now the Black Bulls are kind of also like the underdogs, like the shittier squad in the eyes of all the bigger squads, and they are a group of very unique characters. We have Magma, a more delinquent type character. Luck, who is always picking a fight and looks like he never sleeps and lives off fucking coffee and Monster Energy drinks. And then there's Charmy, who's obsessed with food, kind of like Choji from Naruto. And then there's Gordon, who is socially awkward. Gray, who is always hiding. Finra, who is always trying to flirt with every girl that comes his way. And Noel, who belongs to a royal family and is spoiled, but is still a good person overall. And leading this weird combination of people is Captain Yami. He's very laid back, but yet incredibly powerful. And the members are all a huge family because they never were wanted by any of the other teams, and Yami was very similar. He's like a foreigner in the land of, in the medieval setting where they're at, so he was not liked by anybody, so he has a tendency to accept the rejected, similar to Asta. And so he really emphasized the importance of teamwork, since they're all very similar and together in it all. And they all work together and get stronger, so it's a good dynamic. And what's more, they execute their positions in the anime so well that you will find yourself loving all the support characters just as much as Asta. Some more than others. Now I want to steer away from the characters real quick and talk about the animation. Now the animation in Black Clover is better than most anime, but it's certainly not the type that makes your jaw drop. It's definitely not Jujutsu Kaisen type fights, it's definitely not God of High School type fights, but it does have a rich quality when it needs to have it, and plays a critical role in the overall experience of the anime. It certainly isn't the only thing that can make an anime good or bad, the animation, but it definitely plays a big part. So Black Clover's animation is definitely one I would say passes, especially during the epic fight scenes. Sometimes even high quality anime are unable to deliver the true meaning behind the scene. On the other hand, Black Clover seems to do pretty well here, exhibiting all the right emotions in a scene thanks to the animation and the characters and the plot point, all that other stuff. Now the soundtrack is pretty good also, because not having the appropriate soundtrack can really ruin the whole experience of an anime and even fail to express the plot with it. Can you imagine fucking circus music playing while someone's getting their ass beat in anime? Exactly, it just wouldn't fit. But Black Clover has some of the best soundtracks out there. The opening and endings are good, and so is the background music. It really plays a good big part in the whole success of the show. And it really needs all these real critical points to work out because it's a long ass fucking show. The first season is already at 170 fucking episodes. So it's definitely not the easiest anime to binge watch at all. Some would even question if it's even really worth it at this point. I would say it's gotten really good at the end, much more than the beginning. Because I said like the whole fucking screaming and everything. It's extremely slow at the beginning. It is ranked at an 8.1 on my anime list. And me personally, I'd give the first half like a 7 or a 6.8. I really didn't like the first 10-20 episodes maybe. Like they had the good points, but they had the very annoying and boring points at all. But it got really good later on once the demon or devil arcs come into play. That's when I'd give it more like an 8. So if you have time and want to give it a try, if you haven't already, I say go for it. And that's all I really have to say about Black Clover and why it got somewhat liked by a majority of the anime community. And make sure to like the video and let me know if you like Black Clover or if you think it's just straight ass. And I'll see you next time. Peace.